Once upon a time, a little over a decade ago, I was a military spouse. My husband Kevin decided living at home wasn't for him, so at 24, he was going to serve his country. Pro tip: never join the military because you're tired of living with your parents. If you think living with them is hard, wait until you have to share a shower with 20 other guys. And living on base is a whole new experience. The other spouses, while super friendly, are an interesting crowd. Being new to the base can take an adjustment period, and you can be a little more open to suggestion. Kelsey was from Knoxville and had her own business. Hi there. I just had to come up to you and say, I think you have just the best skin. Do you have a regular skincare routine? Because I would love to introduce you to some amazing ladies and get your feedback on some products. Or you could join my team and get 50% off everything. You just need to buy a little product every other week. No big deal. I'll admit I was a little vulnerable and threw away most of the product, but they did help me through some tough times. Career spouses are great, and they've usually been at it for quite some time, and they know their way around everything. Kayla was from Madison. Johnny and I have been together since high school. Uh, Oh God. This is our third PCS. We had one overseas, but the other two have been CONUS. Oh, speaking of that, did you see the commissaries brought in some great holiday items from some of the overseas bases? Anyway, Johnny's TDY right now in Diego Garcia, but it's only a 4-month deployment. He's planning to make career and retire. Oh, 12 years down, only 8 more to go. I guess it's just something you get used to. Oh, hey, have you seen the new department at the PX? Oh, shit. I had to catch up and quick. I learned that PCS was permanent change of station. TDY is temporary duty, also referred to as deployed. CONUS is continental U.S. and refers to the lower 48 states, and the BX and commissary were places to shop on base, like a Target and a supermarket. Sometimes military personnel marry someone who is local to their base. This is how you get a lot of spouses from overseas. For instance, Mika was from a town just east of Saarbrücken. I never thought I would live in a town smaller than the little village where I grew up, but here we are. I met Greg when he was stationed at Rammstein. He used to visit me in the pub where I worked all the time. We hit it off really quickly, and I was always there for him when he came back from the deployment. So, we were married by the chaplain on the base, and then he got new orders. But then he was deployed again right when we got here. It can get so lonely when he is gone. I'm so glad you're here for me. Sometimes when you've been alone for months at a time, you rely on others to comfort for comfort you might normally get from your spouse. Mostly just companionship, but deployments can be scary. When Kevin was in Baghdad, if I hadn't heard from him in a few days, I would check his MySpace account because back then it showed when he'd last logged in. And if it was recent, I knew he was alive. And when you're over 2,000 miles away from everything you know, and your spouse is another 7,000 miles away in a war zone, it helps to have someone who knows what you're going through. Thank you.